1, 2. And so I thought that track really had a lot of an energy in that way. And so I was really trying to trying to blend seamlessly in with whatever the fuck happened. Fucking shit. What the hell? I wish I could show you what was going on my OBS before, guys. But it was literally just flashing. It was weird because I noticed while we were listening to DKMB's track, I noticed that the SoundCloud playback thing didn't fill quickly, and I was like, "Ooh, my video card might have had a little problem." That's weird. Then my OBS started flashing like a fucking strobe light. So my computer, guys, this close, I'm telling you. This close. Ooh, we got a little focusing to do, eh? There we go. Hey! Yeah, she getting close, folks. She getting close. Anyways, I gotta say, lastly, the only last thing I have to say about DKMB's track is, thank you for trusting us with your motherfucking track. It is a goddamn banger. Just gotta say, you know what I mean? I just installed a keylogger on your PC with that link. I don't know what that means. So, good, I think. I'm not sure. No, I have no idea. All right. So, once again, DKMB, thank you for allowing us to listen to that song, provide feedback, and the rest. But truly, just installed the keylogger on your PC with that link. Oh, Trojan. I see. Cool. Just checking that we got ourselves a Trojan. It's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. Protection, condoms, Trojan, right? That's what you want on your computer, is more protection. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. We're moving on down this list. Folks, we apologize for the we apologize for the interruption, but we're going to be moving on down the line. We're going to pretend as if nothing ever happened. We're not going to pretend as if nothing ever happened. We're going to call out my computer every time it happens, and we're going to shame it. Shame Mac Mini 2012. Shame. It's a Mini 2012. That's what's funny. All right. Don't forget to close off the queue. Totally Porf, you are absolutely right. Thank you so much for that. I did not have the chance to do it. Whoops, nope. Whoop, my bad. Wrong command. Hold on. Goddamn. Zaza. We know it's Zaza anyways, but I like it to this Loverboy is my bad. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I made a mistake. No, it's not your bad at all. It is 100% my bad. But what I wanted to do was this. Thanks again to Totally Porf for letting me know that, for reminding me of that. That was very cool of you. Because we still got 6 more, y'all, including this one that we got right now. All right, Zaza, she's your turn. It's your turn. We're going to listen to the song. We're going to listen to 2 minutes of this song, but we're still going to listen to this song. Easy to forget while your Mac is on fire, you know? Yeah! Yeah! It is easy to forget when things are exploding in front of your face. What was trippier is that the audio was still working, and I was going to be like, okay, well, here's what's happening on my computer right now. I don't know what to do, if I should shut it down or let it bug out. But my computer said, no, enough of that. Shut down. It might do it again. If it does it again, I'm not coming back on, guys. I'll be honest with you. I need this tool to work for so much more than just the stream. So if it's a question of setting my computer on fire or not, I will not. I'm going to turn this external fan on a little higher to give it a little more air. Hopefully you guys don't catch that. No more bangers than God, and no only bangers. If we're gonna set my computer on fire, it better goddamn be for bangers at least. My least favorite shit would be if my computer sets on fire while the song Yellow Submarine is playing. That would be my nightmare. It's like, what a waste of its last moments. No, no, no. If we're gonna set it on fire, set it the fuck on fire. All right, here we go. Without further ado, Zaza, your time is now. We will be listening to this. Yellow Submarine is not the worst. It is not far. It could be Wonderwall. You're right, it could be Wonderwall. But at least Wonderwall is well composed and well recorded. In that respect, I can't say anything against Wonderwall. Yellow Submarine, however, has neither those qualities nor any of the redeeming qualities that I think it has. But anyways, Don't Go, produced by Young Taylor, Pretty Boy Q. Here we go. Let's listen.
Taylor about the fucking flex. Taylor about the fucking flex.
That's more than 2 minutes, plenty more. All right. So, couple things. I like the way that the song itself could be. The melodies themselves aren't necessarily bad. I don't suggest necessarily starting on a high melody from the start. But the thing is that you're starting on a drop, although your drop is muffled. Then you go into the full drop. So that's fine. That's fine. So there's this thing that happened a couple of times in your song. We said bye bye high end. Oh, welcome back high end. No, come on back. But like to everything. Like not just to some elements and then some other elements cut through. You just cut the high end away from your song. And we were missing something in those sections. This is a really good example of it. Right at the beginning too. That's rough, dude. Right at the beginning is a terrible time to lose momentum for your song. Live, that should be okay. That should play fine with the audience. Studio, we need something filling in that space. We need absolutely something, and I don't know what it should be. I don't know if it should be the vocals, synth, your other synths, your lead riffs rather. I don't know what it should be, but we need something. There's way too much empty space there, unfortunately.
Damn. You know what? I'm just gonna say.
All right, lover boy. Let's actually talk about something that you were talking about a little bit. The auto-tune. So, those who know me, and I mean know me, they know that I'm not a fan of auto-tune in general. I'm not a fan of it. I think that it's a texture that has been we've heard that now. We've understood all the different art forms and how they could sound with and without the sound choice that is auto-tune. So I'm not a fan. I've decided, after having listened to many samples, I'm not a fan. That taken into consideration, I see how it could fit into songs like this. Strategically, I think that there should be moments where it's on, and I think there should be moments where you just sing okay. You just sing well enough so that you don't need to juice so much. Because this is a lot. This is taking away from the human aspect of your voice almost completely. It is almost unrecognizable as a human voice goes now. Lyrics are still understandable, so at least there's that. At least there's that. Cannot say that is not bad. So what I will suggest is ease off the auto-tune, and then, and only then, turn up your vocals in your choruses. Because if you turn up your vocals now, we're not going to gain much from the experience. It's going to be just a little bit too heavy on the auto-tune. Again, I understand its practicality in genres and songs like this, which is why I'm saying don't take it off. You don't have to take it off. But take it down a notch, because it's actually making your voice sound more off tune, because it's like your voice is ending up between two different notes, and it's going like it's doing that thing where like it has to decide only between two notes. So you're going to want to maybe slow the response down a little bit, make it feel a little bit more natural, a little bit at least. So yeah. Also, I would definitely buy the beat if I plan on releasing it, Zaza. So like you don't have those producer tags in there. Because right now, what you're doing is, this is just, if I were you, I would go download a free beat online, and I use the song with the version with the producer tag. I hate that. I hate producer tags, so I wouldn't. But if I were, okay, fine. Producer tags in there, which means that the beat itself is being promoted in your song, in your music. Now you're also promoting him through your song title. You're not only giving free promotion, which is kind, I suppose. That's very kind of you. You're giving free promotion, but you're also you're sacrificing your song's quality, because when I hear a producer tag, I roll my eyes. Me. But like, not just at you for not having bought the beat, but for the producer having put in that producer tag instead of working on their music long enough so that their song, so that their beat is identifiable as their own, aka a musical fingerprint. Instead of taking time to develop a musical fingerprint so that you know that's Young Taylor, I hear it in their production. Instead of doing that, you throw your name in there in a reverby voice, and problem solved? No, problem not solved. But that's why I roll my eyes twice. Free for profit works a lot. That's why I'm picky with my beats, which I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Free for profit, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with producer tags. But if they're not fitting in your song, we need to fix that. So you need to buy your beat. The last thing that I'm going to say about your song is your vocal ad-libs right around here, if I'm not mistaken. So the thing that's happening right now is you have your main vocal, no girl, I don't want you. And then you have the no girl, softer in the background, but the texture of your voice is the same. It's just a lower volume. I recommend, Zaza, that with your ad-libs, they need to be different sounding than your main vocal. So either a little bit of distortion or like a little bit of a megaphone effect on them maybe, or maybe they need to be spread left and right instead of be directly in the center. Maybe they need to alternate from left to right. Your vocal ad-libs, specifically the ad-libs, need variation. Excuse me, and that is something that is going to need to happen so that your vocal ad-libs don't step on your main vocals, which is what's happening here and also what's happening here. There, that was.
Please don't go 'cause I love you. I just wanna tell you that I need you.
There it's cool at the end of that phrase, but like in the middle of that verse, basically it's being stepped on by your the thing that's supposed to be supporting. So you want to work on that too. But that's it, dude. I think you're in line to produce something that is of a decent quality and releasable soon. But we just need a little less auto-tune on that. We need a little more vocal mixing at the appropriate level, and we need your vocals not only at the appropriate level, but in the appropriate place in left and right, and also in tonality. We need that. We need that, absolutely. So work on that for sure, and that'll definitely benefit your song. I think it'll work well. But that's it. That's it, dude. Either way, thank you for allowing us to listen to the song, for allowing us to provide feedback on it. Hopefully be open and honest about that feedback to yourself, because it could benefit you and your art a little bit. Either way, thank you for trusting us with your track, my dude. Appreciate that. And we're going to go right ahead to Loverboy Nell, which is the next song. Thanks again, Zaza. Droll C, so sorry, my dude, but the queue is closed for the day because we have a couple more to get through still, and because we've been at it for not 15 minutes as my timer says, 17 minutes as the timer says, but before that we were on for 3.5 hours before my computer crashed. So yeah, we're wrapping things up for the day. However, if you drop us a follow, you'll see next time that we are online, and you could definitely tune in then and drop your track in so we can listen then. Sorry about that for today. And the Mac is on the verge of melting apart. That is true. That is true. That is true. The fan is spinning back at top speed, so we'll see how far this goes, guys. That said, we have this track here. You prefaced it by saying, so this song is my other brother's first song ever, so let me know what you think, G. Oh shit. Oh shit. Your brothers be active in the music song creation. I'm happy you're making music songs with your family, or your family's making music songs with you, rather. So let's listen to the whole damn thing of it. Loverboy Nell, a returning submitter, per se. I need to make music with my family. Yeah. Loverboy Nell's family is I mean, so far, I've only heard one brother. Very talented for the amount of experience. Let's hear the other one. Let's go. Coexist Vermin Part 2 with Folia Prod Rolly on the track. Oh shit. Y'all, be careful. Loudness warning. This might be loud. Just saying.
Bitch, why you on my nuts, bitch? Got my dick so deep, you can feel it in your guts, bitch. She be shaking ass, she want me up in her butt quick. I don't wear no condom, so be slow or I'ma bust quick. You know I treat that pussy good, that's how she left you in the dust. She never got satisfied with how quick that you would bust. You know I got her screaming with how I do that for us. Say you're suicidal, but bro, I don't give a fuck. I don't give give a fuck about what you talking about, it don't mean shit. Cut out competition like I used to do right on my wrist. Swerve past all these pussies like I do when I hit that drift. Don't compare yourself to me, you should leave, we can't coexist.
We can't coexist, now I'm fucking on your bitch. I'm cashing checks and sucking breasts, your ass should jump off a bridge. Mark you off the list, you a skid, you should just admit. Tell me how the fuck you lost your bitch to a kid.
I put my kids right on her face, cause she wanna get a taste. Put this pussy in his place, if he's trying to catch his fade.
You don't wanna catch a fade, cause this pussy bitch made. He's the type to go and spray, cause that pussy too afraid.
That boy too afraid, that pussy boy don't want no static. I'ma stomp right on his brain, cause they know that I'm a savage. If he really wanna test me, lay him down like a mattress. Homie, play the beat, when I spit it's automatic.
Spitting automatic, but she ride me like a manual. Fully in this bitch, everything I say is factual. We just made a hit, we don't quit. Open up the pit, all we do is spit. All you haters can't get off our dicks.
Yo, we just fucking snapped on this motherfucking beat. By the way, this shit's produced by Rolly, and I forgot to do this at the start. Yo, Rolly! This beat fire!
That's funny. Okay. So I like the injection of humor in it. Okay. So let's talk about this for a little bit. All right. So first of all, let's talk about that white noise that Totally Porf was talking about.
Like I used to do right on my wrist. Swerve past all these pussies like I do.
Yep. It's there for sure. It's for sure there. Goddamn right. Totally Porf. Right on. Right on. It's a problem. It's a bit of a problem. Just because if it's on all the time, there's no contrast. It just sounds like noise. It just sounds like we forgot to turn it off at any at some point. So I'd be careful because it is a little bit distracting, honestly. Well, that's the actual beat synth. Well, should be a little bit subtler than that. So we should probably turn that effect down a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, so Nell, let's talk. Let's talk. Your lyrics. I'm gonna try here. I don't love them. Okay, it's not that the explicit nature of them. I don't give a fuck. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about, but like, what are you saying in this track? Like, this is a sex track, basically. Like, I'm just trying to understand like what the statement is, or if this song is just like what like the message, I guess, is what I'm trying to understand. And if there is no message, then that's fine. And I'm not a huge fan necessarily of tracks without a message that are not in particular original or like doing something novel. That's not my bag personally, but I'm mature enough to say that it's not my bag and still like analyze the song. I honestly really like the vocals rhythm wise. It flows really nicely with the track and sounds pretty pleasant on the ears. Totally Porf, I'm gonna slightly disagree with you. I'm gonna agree with you for the most part. Nell, your rhythm is good in general. It's on the click. Folia has decent cadence, like in the sense that your brother's cadence is like, you know what they're trying to do, but they tend to speed up. Your brother tends to speed up a little bit and not end on the bar kind of thing. So it's like kind of destabilizing. There's a good example of that around here.
Mark you off the list, you a skid, you should just admit. Tell me how the fuck you lost your bitch to a kid.
I put my kids right on her face, cause she wanna get a taste. Put this pussy in his place, if he's trying to catch his fade.
You don't wanna catch a fade, cause this pussy bitch made. He's the type to go and spray, cause that pussy too afraid.
No, not there. It was really the one before it. So every now and then that'll happen kind of thing. It's kind of not really locked in to the grid, and it's distracting a little bit.
To do right on my wrist, like I do when I hit that drift. Don't compare yourself to me, you should leave, we can't coexist.
We can't coexist, I should jump off a bridge. Mark you up.
The other thing is that some parts of cadence, in my opinion, could use a little work. Cashing checks and sucking breasts, your ass should jump off a bridge. Like, it's a weird cadence. It's not off in particular. It's just, it kind of feels a little amateur. And obviously he's new into this, so like, to be fair, it's like that is kind of what it should sound like at the stage that he's starting, which is cool. But yeah, I think you and him might want to do this exercise, because this sounds to me like a lyric exercise, like a lyric and a rhythm exercise where you guys are like, you said it, you're feeding off of each other, and you're like just writing one bar and then throwing it to the other and throwing it to the other. And this exercise is an excellent one for y'all to work out a good dynamic between you two. But I don't think it's track worthy. That's, I guess, really what I'll say. I think that that's harsh. I know that that's a harsh thing to say, but I don't think that this back and forth personally is track worthy. And that's being honest. It sounds very held back. It sounds very like you could go hard at some point in the song, but instead you stay the same and do the same cadence and the same rhythm. And that's why I think that it kind of falls flat. At first it's got that shock value, but then when I got that shock, when that shock explodes all over my face, when what did you say? I put my kids right on her face. So that was funny. That was one lyric where I was like, oh geez. But that's the thing, is once the shock value goes away, I'm kind of left thinking, what else is there to this song? And it sounds like some warm-up bars. You know what I mean? It sounds like something that like y'all were just like warming up and had the microphone on kind of thing. Sounds like that kind of dynamic, which is why I say that it's not necessarily track worthy, just because it sounds undeveloped. It sounds undeveloped. It sounds like y'all didn't find the theme. It sounds like y'all didn't really like, well, obviously you found a theme, which was busting all over chicks all over the place, which is fine. That's the lyrical theme, but it feels like y'all didn't find like the rhythmic theme to like fall back on and then deviate from. That's what I'm saying, is y'all are pretty much sticking to one rhythmical theme that I would like for you to every now and then like deviate from. And so that's why I'm like, I guess what I should have said is, it's not track worthy yet. I feel like y'all got some edits to do on the lyrical and rhythmic side of your vocals, and that's cool. That's cool. That's like, I'm not saying you can't do it. I've heard you do it. But y'all should work this dynamic out just a tad more, I think, is, well, just as much as you guys can within reason. You know what I mean? Like, don't want you guys driving yourselves insane doing it, but that's basically the note that I have. The beat is got potential, and like, that too, like, the beat is
I'm trying to get it, cause that pussy I'ma stop right when I
it goes up, it comes down, but like what's to say, Totally Porf said before, that high noise element is kind of distracting a little bit, and I think that it's almost used to sort of camouflage the lack of a lot of elements. So I think we might consider like swapping it out for other things necessarily, but that's not under your control. That's Raleigh. Raleigh, this beat is fire! I love that shit though. And it was humorous to me at the end that you did it. And I like that. So that's that attitude, that's that aesthetic of like, you know, we out here, you know what I mean? And I like that. I like that sort of feel. So that's fine. But yeah, I think we need to really just step up your the vocals development a little bit, just because some things need to be edited a couple of times before they're like excellence worthy. This kind of shit though, if I were to hear this at an open mic, if I were to hear this live, well executed, I'd be laughing my ass off. I'd be having a great time. So this is like good for a live feel. If y'all try, I don't know if you've ever done this, Nell, but if y'all take this art to open mics, sometimes you get receptive crowds that are there to party, that are there for like a show kind of thing. But you don't have the pressure of like living up to an audience that you invited there, that you sold tickets to and all that shit. Open mics are a real good way to work out your live performance skill. And sometimes you're gonna feel like you'll learn things about the song before they're released because you're testing them out at an open mic. You're like working out the live kinks, and that'll inform your decisions in studio a lot. So maybe that's my recommendation to you and to Folia, which would be your brother, I suppose. You and Folia, hit some open mics and work on your stuff, you know? I got like 4 shows coming up soon, and he's gonna hop on for a show for this song. Cool, man. Cool. Well, let me know how it goes either way. Let me know what the crowd response is. Obviously, it's got shock value, so that's entertaining. That's for sure. I just think, having heard your other stuff, I would expect something a little bit elevated from this level, personally. But then again, who the fuck am I? You know what I mean? Either way, Loverboy Nell, thank you very much for allowing us to listen to this song online, provide some comments and some feedback on it. Hopefully you guys take what you need from this to just improve and to keep it going. I'm not saying stop. I'm saying keep going and keep working your shit. But either way, for now, we will say thank you, Loverboy Nell, and Folia, featuring Folia and Raleigh on the beat. Thank you for trusting us with y'all's track. Thank you very much, my dude. As always, a pleasure to see you. So definitely send a video in our Discord. Our Discord is there for that. Rolly on the beat! I know, right, Porf? It's crazy. Rolly, this beat's fire, no! I love it. I love it. You're... all right. So, here we go. We're going on next to Krevix. Krevix, who has been patient for a while as well. Give shout outs to Krevix, pardon me. Shout outs to Krevix for holding on out and sticking with us. Discord for those who need in. Mucho respect, Loverboy Nell. Thank you very much, my dude. I appreciate that you could also see that my feedback, even though it might be a little harsh, is with the best intentions as well. And I see that. I see that you recognize that. So I appreciate that and I respect that. I got some people reacting poorly to some feedback. And if I would have said something like that to someone else, they would fucking flip some tits. And in this case, that's not a good thing. Let me do a real quick Discord run here, folks. Because we got people on the Discord that are not getting access. Totally Porf, I see you are one of them, so I just gave you access. You should be able to see everything. You have been given a role indeed. Totally Porf, well done. That is true. All right, without further ado, we got Krevix in the house. Krevix time. Indeed, Porf. Let's go with the song In My Heart by Krevix. Let's listen to 2 minutes of this and see what we think. Let's go.
There's something that is scary about the world. How can I feel so homeless if I have a home? I don't fix smells, it ain't right, it just feels so wrong. When did I start feeling so low? There's something that is scary about the world. How can I feel so homeless if I have a home? I don't fix smells, it ain't right, it just feels so wrong. When did I start feeling so low? To give my
right, sorry, just wanted to make sure that we weren't missing anything in the later part here, but let's talk about this here, Krevix. The first comment is the comment that Totally Porf just listed. The vocals are like quite loud compared to everything else, though, at least in the breaks. Exactly. That would have been my first comment. The main vocals are too loud for the rest. So you need to bring those down for sure. K4 Glock, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. So yeah, you're going to want to bring those vocals down quite a bit. Because otherwise, they're dominating the entire song. Oh, sorry there, K4 Glock. Sorry, man. The queue is closed, unfortunately, for the day. If you have already followed us, so you'll see the alert the next time we go on live, and be sure to tune in early so you can get a spot in line, man. Sorry about that. Synth choices are spot on. Just needs rebalancing the mix to really squeeze out some power out of it all. That, dude, you're taking the words out of my mouth here, Porf. So the thing that specifically I think needs to be juiced is the drops. Specifically, because I feel like there's no dynamic difference between the breaks and the drops, and I think that we need that dynamic difference. I need that the drops need to come out of the woodwork louder, like with more bass and with more general volume. So the first thing you need to do that is to definitely mix back the vocals, because you don't need them that loud at any point. And the second thing you need to do, you're reading my notes, they are down here, out of frame and backwards, and this motherfucker be reading them. You know what? I ain't even mad. If you're able to do that, I am not mad. You can read things that are not visible backwards. Bro, I'm gonna write, and you're gonna like interpret, and that's gonna be the stream, because that's far more entertaining than a dude just writing notes and talking to them out loud. You should predict what I'm going to say. It's far more entertaining. Are you kidding me? No, okay. So, in general, I think here, Krevix, that your song is very compressed throughout, except for the vocals. The vocals are what's really popping out of that compression, but the rest of it is very slammed on one unified level throughout, and we see that visually. SoundCloud is very good like that. It actually shows us a general waveform that allows us to see visually how consistent this track is throughout. If we were doing things correctly, I think that we would have much more sonic differences in the drops. I think the drop is here, just visually speaking. See, you can spot it, you can tell. But what I am sad is that this and this are so close volume-wise. And if it was just the kicks, it would be one thing, but it is the whole song, even the texture. So those things need to be less compressed. The mastering needs to be approached a little more strategically, and you need to have a mixing that is more suitable to the various levels of the song, the various levels that the song sections need to be. So breaks a little quieter, drops a little louder. We need to mix those sections so that when we get into the mastering, it is still going to be somewhat consistent, but it's going to sound a lot more different. And the other thing I will say is that by this point here,
The world, how can I feel so homeless? If I have a home, I don't fix smells, it ain't right, it just feels so wrong. When did I start feeling so low? There's something that is scary about the world.
the vocals seem to repeat themselves literally identically. So my idea is to probably add a couple of harmonies in there, or at least just one harmony, the third, because just to make it somewhat different, just to change something about the vocals, because otherwise it's too repetitive. So maybe something like this could work, something like...
There's something that is scary about the world. How can I feel so homeless? If I have a home, I don't fix smells, it ain't right, it just feels so wrong. When did I start?
Something like that. You know, I didn't track the melody at the end there because it's a little bit weird, but... So yeah, either way, some like little harmony like that on the second repeat will make the song just feel a little bit fresher, but it just needs something there. because otherwise we're repeating something that doesn't need to be repeated. Just cut to the next section. It's much better if you were to just cut to the next section, honestly. It would be better. Anyways, that's my last note here, Krevix. Thank you for allowing us to listen to this song online and provide some feedback on it. Hopefully you do agree with some of it. So wonderful. I'm glad you do, because that is a big part of why your song sort of remains the same throughout. The vocals are obviously consistent, but too loud and not changing enough. It always, this center vocal not doing anything. We could very well, again, I've said it a couple of times on the stream, spread those vocals left and right every now and then. Change it left to right. Adding a layer, a double or something like that, that allows us to have a little more growth, I suppose. Something different. Harmonies are an easy one. And yes, vocal harmonies, when done right, hit absolutely, totally differently. Totally porf. I'm totally in agreement with that. You got it? Either way, thank you very much, Krevix, for trusting us with your track. That was awesome. Honestly, it was a good track, but we just need a little more contrast within itself. It needs to just build a little bit more over time and get louder in the drops. We're moving on here, folks. We're moving on to Alex Starbeats. Alex Starbeats, who agrees with the idea of harmonies, and I know they do because they, I think, are singers themselves. If I remember correctly, you are a singer as well. I seem to remember. I could be wrong. But doesn't matter because you're a producer. So I'm going to pick up the lighter that I just threw across the room to my other hand. No, haha, I just make beats. Then I'm mixing you up with someone else and I'm sorry. So either way, here we go. We have the song pulled up. We have it ready to play. And it is called Green Wave. It's already got some traction here. I don't know necessarily what my feedback will do to a song that's already released, but maybe something to learn for in the future, I suppose. Either way, we got this 2-minute, 36-second Green Wave track in the hip trip hop variety. I like me some trip hop. All right, so let's go. Without further ado, Starbeats, let's hear it. already more than 2 minutes. But Jesus Christ, Starbeats. Wow. Really, like a great drop, above average great drop. Like truly, it was good. That was a good drop. Let's talk about some stuff, namely everything else. Because I'm not going to say much about that drop. It's super creative, super juicy, well mixed, well done. But let's talk about your intro. So, at this point, when I heard that sort of background thing, I was like, okay, good. Something new, good. Because there was so much of that synth, that arpeggiating synth, that is ever changing and yet constantly on those 16th notes. Like, I constantly heard 16th notes. And what I wanted to hear was something... Something like, for instance... I'm fucking up the notes, but like we need a little bit more of legato and we need a little bit less staccato. I think that's really what I'm trying to say here. We have a lot of and we need something to tie all of those staccato notes together. So the guitar was just an idea, honestly. It's actually a riff that I wrote in one of my songs. Never mind that. Something like that, you know what I mean? Like, just some sort of like melody that is not improvised, that is designed to fit with that song. Something like that. Ooh, now you've got a guitar playing over this. It vibes so hard. I agree. I think it actually sounds really good. But then again, I put guitar on everything, so I'm not a judge for that. I like the randomized notes, for instance. Like, yeah, exactly. It's like I'm just trying to like fuck around with it. Surf now. And also, thank you for joining us and welcome to the chat for the first time. Appreciate you being with us today. Guitar does sound pretty good on this, honestly. It sounded like... You really need to get some good guitar VSTs. Yo, Poulet amps. Poulet amps. I think it's L-E-P-O-U, Lepou, and it's P-O-U-L-I-N. They're free. I can't find them online anymore, but they were free amps that sound better than some paid programs. So if you can find Lepou or Poulet, those amps, download every single one of them that you could. Because they are so fucking good for free. Just saying. Okay, now we talked about the intro. So, let's talk about this section here. Because I see what you're going at. I see what you're talking about. How do you spell it? Like this. So it's either going to be, like this, poulet, like that, or it's going to be like, stylistically, I think he did this once as well. Le Pou. That's funny though. But they sound really, really great, dude. Honestly, every single one of the ones that I've tried has a purpose in one of my tracks. And they're really tight. Okay, so let's talk about this here, Starbeats. This section here, I get why you're not giving us any bass in this section. I get why. You're trying to sort of, the reveal, right? The reveal of the bass frequencies in your drop. It has a much harder impact, and I understand that. But, sounds like a French snack. Can I get a Le Pou? Can I get a Le Pou? Sounds like Adam Sandler should be saying, can I get a Le Pou? You know? Anyways, It is a French name, so that would make sense. It sounds like a Quebec name, actually, specifically, which is where I'm from, so it could very well be Quebec or French, but it is French, in French at least. So let's talk about this section here. Let's talk about the fact that we haven't gotten sub yet, and we're 30 seconds in. We've gotten the reference of it here, but only because when the keyboard plays the low notes, there's sub in there, and then you remove it. And then, yes, when it comes in with a vengeance. It was funny because, like, up until that section, I was like, there is no elements of trip hop in this song. And then your entire drop played, and I was like, oh. Whoopsie! So, yeah. Either way, I guess what I'm saying, Starbeats, is I understand the motivation to not want to include any sub-frequencies in that section. I think it's a mistake, and I think it's playing against the build of momentum in your song. I think you could build a little bit more momentum by including some sub-frequencies from various elements in this. So, think about it. Something to consider. I'm here for you. Really, I am. Because this song is great, honestly. That's pretty much the only... yeah, that's the only note I had, except for this here. Let me just check something. That's what I thought. So it's cool that you repeat. It's cool that you repeat. I will say it's really cool that you repeat because the drop itself is so weird. It's so weird that we need to digest it a second time. But in that second repeat, what we need. All right. That's it. Just a little saw in there. Just a little saw in there that creates some form of contrast. A very, again, everything else is very staccato and aggressive and grimy. What we need in is some legato to tie in to the rest of the musical themes that you have. We need to bring legato back in. So not anything crazy, not a huge, long, elaborate melody. Just a couple of notes that enhance the feel that you have there. So play on the Phrygian scale is what I'm telling you. If you know the Phrygian scale, play with that. You're going to have a lot of fun. Play with the Phrygian scale. Play with the Phrygian scale, and you will have a lot of fun, guaranteed. But don't play too heavily. Don't play too heavily because it doesn't need a lot of melody. It just needs sustained notes that reinforce the feeling that we're getting, which is grimy. So learning how to fill the audio spectrum will get there all trial and error. That's why you're here, dude. I'm here to point out the error and then you trial again. Jesus. The Phrygian scale, almost. It's spelled like this. That's the Phrygian scale. It's pronounced that way, Phrygian, but it's Phrygian. I know, it's weird. Either way, that's pretty much the only thing that I had left to say about your that section. That drop was great in every way, except we needed a tiny little bit of variation on the second repeat so that we're reminded that this is a living organism. This is not just a thing that repeats. This is something that is evolving over time, and that gives us a reason to keep listening. It's very important because it allows people to feel connected to the song even more deeply. So it's worth it. Either way, Alex Starbeats, I want to thank you for allowing us to listen to the track, for allowing us to talk about it and comment on it, provide feedback online about it. You are always open to the feedback usually, so I don't see why you wouldn't be this time. There was not much to change, but with the things that do need changing, so can't wait to hear it, man. Thank you either way for trusting us with your track. We're moving on here, folks. The fridge scale, yummy fridge scale. You guys have heard it before for sure. So let's say this is your root note. That's your octave. That's your root note. That's your tonic. The Phrygian would be. Very Middle Eastern, they say Egyptian, they say Spanish. I've heard all kinds of things. Because if you play this in the same way. Oops. So yeah, Phrygian scale. It's like very kind of evil. It's kind of like chaotic evil if you were thinking of it in terms of D&D alignments. It's very chaotic evil. General Tips is up next. Thank you very much, General Tips, for your link. And thanks for your patience, as always. General Tips, very patient person. I started making a Helldiver remix yesterday. Oh, shit. Let's go. I'm looking forward to it. Does it come with cheese? Next FL Studio update, we now added a new scale, fridge. It's like the fridge scale sounds like this. You pick up the guitar, you're like, I'm gonna play something in the fridge scale. And I put down the guitar immediately and I go into the fridge to get some food. That is how that sounds to me. That is the fridge scale, ladies and gentlemen. Cheese and wine, baby. Oh yeah. We like us some cheese and wine in this household, especially. Italian background, my girlfriend's French. We have so much cheese, and what I literally just finished a plate of halloumi while you guys weren't even watching, while you guys weren't even noticing. I finished off a plate of halloumi while we were talking. So cheese in this household, fuck yeah. Cheese in this house, got some cheese in this house. All right, enough of that foolishness. Or pizza leftovers depending on the composer. That's true. That's also true. During the stream crash, you munched on more cheese. Yeah, well, my girlfriend brought me a snack right as my computer was crashing, and I was like, oh, thanks. I can't eat it right now. So then when the stream was back on, I just devoured it because halloumi cheese fried on the pan is really good. Really good. Like, dangerously good. Like, to the point where I would probably replace on my poutine. I'm from Montreal, Quebec. And poutine is taken very seriously in this place. We have to use cheese curds, otherwise it's not poutine. But, having tasted halloumi, fried halloumi today, I think I would fry some halloumi and put it on top of a poutine, and I think it would do the job. Fight me. Fight me, Quebec. I'm here. I'm literally here. Montreal. Let's go. I give you my address, but I'm not going to dox myself. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we got tips up in this bips, and we are going to listen to Helldiver, and we are going to listen to, oh shit, it's a short one. So let's go, folks, ladies and gentlemen. During the stream crash, you munched on more cheese. I mean, yeah. Cheese is a banger food, much like how General Tips is dropping us a banger right now. Correct. Porf. Totally. I see why you called yourself that now, because what you say is totally porf. Let's go. Helldiver. Right now. Oh no. Oh no. It's doing the same thing. Hold up. No. We're almost done here, guys. We're almost done. We're gonna get to the end of this. We're getting to the end of this fucking stream. Here we go. One more time. Let's try it. Okay, good.
We will enslave you. We will decimate you. We will take your home.
Always be taking orbital inbound cover. Say hello to democracy.
Okay. No. Not that again. It's gonna make my computer explode. No! Not cry advice. Alright. This has some good potential here, dude. I didn't even have time to take any notes on this. Let me just go through it again because Jesus. It was so quick. I think it's mixed. Jeez. Oh boy. I guess 4 hours of this is a lot for me, so I'm glad that this is almost done. I'm gonna say that I think that it is mixed a little bit low, personally. It could just be me, but I think it's mixed a little bit low.
We will enslave you. We will decimate you. We will take your home.
Yeah, it sounds like the samples are mixed louder than the music.
Always be taking orbital inbound cover.
I'm not hearing any sub either. I'm hearing sub in the kick, but I'm not hearing any. I'm not hearing any bass. I'm hearing this weird, like, sort of almost vocoder kind of effect.
Orbital inbound cover.
The idea is the placement is all good. I broke the sub earlier. I gotta fix that. Oh shit. Well, bummer. But we certainly need that in the mix. That's for sure. Because we're missing some juice here for sure. That intro is still garbage. But this is the thing, as I'm seeing the ideas and where you're placing them, it all works for me. So that's on its way. But like, yeah, we basically just have Lego blocks right now. And I think I want to see I'm seeing the way the house is taking shape, but I want to see the house, you know, a little bit, at least a wall. I want to see like a fully developed wall, windows and doors and all. Even though that's not at all how you build a house or a song. I know that. I'm aware of that. But I'm liking the way that it's coming so far. Let's just listen to the rest to see if we spot anything else.
Say hello to democracy.
Yeah, so it sounds like it gets softer. Is that possible? You know what happened? You know what happened? You turned the drums down for this part here. But then they stayed at that volume. That's exactly what happened. You turned the drums down here, you automated them so that the vocal sample could come out a little bit more, which, you know, is a good trick. And then we forgot to turn them back up. Yeah. I mean, it's missing basic elements essentially. It's got a lot of meat and not a lot of fat essentially, and even the meat is kind of a thin frame, if you will. It's lacking a little bit of meat as well. But the bones are there pretty much, and I need the whole thing to just become more of itself. I need you to basically produce the rest. But yeah, it's a good idea. I don't know what Helldiver is personally, so I'm not sure if I'm on the inside of the of the joke kind of thing. But yeah, the original message is actually the robot saying he won't do those things. It's totally Super Earth propaganda. Oh wow, okay. Feels like a robot diss track. That's funny though. It's a video game, pretty fun actually. Oh, well, I've never tried. Let me look that up. Let me see what that looks like. We are learning today. Okay. Oh wow, looks like good gameplay too. Think Starship Troopers, basically that. Best shooter I've played in years. Damn. Damn. Okay. Something to look into then, for sure. Although I don't have a PC, and I obviously don't have a Mac that can handle it. I can't even download Baldur's Gate on this bitch. Although Baldur's Gate is a huge game, so to be fair, that's not the best example. But I can't. It's too old. And I only have a Switch. That's my most recent console, is a Nintendo Switch. I have a 360 as well, I think. Oh, man. I am behind on technology, guys. It's been a rough year. So, let's keep it moving either way here. General tips. I'm liking the way that this is coming together. Let's not lie here. I am saying to you, I am excited to hear the rest because I know the way your imagination works a little bit. I've heard it in your other tracks, and I'm looking for your mind to fill in the blanks. That's the expression that I was looking for. But yeah, that's all I need from you, man. I just need you to fill in the blanks. I'm looking forward to it. Either way, thanks for letting us listen to this part in online and allowing us to comment on it, talk a little bit about Helldiver. Cool. We learn something new every day. But either way, thank you for trusting us with your track. As always, general tips. It's a good time having you around. You have really pertinent comments for other people. I appreciate your presence, man. I always have and I always will. I'm hashing out the transition and intro feel. As always, appreciate the feedback. Yeah, dude. Honestly, I think that your drums could get a little bit more complex. Like if you do the thing... Something like that, maybe like fucking with the back and forth a little bit of the complex drums versus the very stripped down drums. Maybe that'll give you an idea. Maybe that's a drop number 2 idea. But yeah, that's something to think about. Just making the drums kind of pop a little bit. All caps, my dude. I am very sorry. We are not having anyone join the queue anymore tonight. We have been going on for a while. Though this stream says we've been on for an hour and 9 minutes. We've been on closer to 4.5. So, sorry about that, dude. But be sure to follow, and you'll get the notification the next time we go live, so that you could possibly get in line a little bit early. And that way we can give your track a listen. I also might not be sick next time, which will be great. As they're not having any more peeps joining the queue, I'm the last one. That is appreciated, totally Porf. Thank you for covering that end of communication. Local Mike is dying. Soon? 32, so it's going to happen at some point. Okay, we have it pulled up. We have it ready. This is the last track of the day, folks. Soon #TM. Yeah, soon TM. Exactly. Diseased, the work in progress by Porf, which is totally Porf, which is you. It's you. You did that. And you also subscribed at tier 2 so we can listen to the whole goddamn thing, because you are literally our first tier 2 subscriber in some time, actually. Although, I guess I don't stream often enough to earn the privilege to say that. But still cool. It's me. I did that art too. You did this? Oh, that's cool, dude. That's so Reborn Past Peaks. That's so cool. It looks like a fucking Game Boy game animation. That's so cool, man. All right, let's listen to this. Ladies and gentlemen, the last track of the day, Diseased by Porf, the work in progress. We're listening to it all. So let's go. Okay. I have some notes. First, I like the assignment. I'm gonna say that. Like, you understood the assignment in that you're there is a song that this makes me think of in a small way. It's Mustard Pimp, Ecstasy of, I think it's called Gold, but it's based on the Ecstasy of Gold by Ennio Morricone, and it's this song that takes a full 2 to 3 minutes to build, and then when it drops, it is just super duper epic. It's a great song, and I recommend anyone listen to it because it's an adventure. Plus, Good, Bad, and the Ugly soundtrack. I think it's that one, or it's Dirty Harry. I forget which one it is, but it's a Clint Eastwood movie soundtrack. and you get some ear candy in there. But essentially, why it makes me think of this song, the reason that we think of this song, that it makes me think of this song, is that we are building for a long time only to get to one drop. I think that's what General Tips just said. I like the soundscape and the instruments, but that was teasing me with the first drop, and the second one came on way too strong. Needed a hair more of warm up for that. That is exactly what I was saying. General Tips, thank you very much. But essentially what I mean is we need a first drop, because the second drop, the first drop isn't really a drop. I'm not going to lie to you. This is not a drop. This is basically a very loud build, and it's a very long build. It's like something that is basically never-ending build for one drop. And I think it's one of my main comments. It's like the intro is very long, but then later on I write it's a whole lot of build for not much drop, and I'm gonna get into that as well. So we're gonna talk about it either way. Hibini Bikini, hi, did you end up repairing your car? Unfortunately not, Hibini Bikini. Months ago I had to get rid of my car as it broke and was too expensive to fix it, and money has not really restabilized since then, so I've not been able to neither repair that car nor purchase myself another one. So no, we are carless for the time being, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I like my husband. I like having a car. Okay. I wanted to try change up my structure a lot with this track, as adding a drop there would make it very similar to the other stuff I have in this album. Okay. I was craving a pumping kick bad after the piano solo build. Yeah, we agree there, General Tips. I kind of agree with you on that. I kind of wanted that as well. And I understand that you're trying to change it up and you're trying to do something different on your album, which, having listened to your album, provided I listened to your album, might have put me with a little bit more context. But I think storytelling is storytelling. And I think that in this song, you didn't necessarily have to drop to something a little more aggressively, but I think you didn't have to build and then drop it back down. I think your dynamics were teasing us and not satisfying, unfortunately, because it came too late. That's my point here, is that if you're going to build it endlessly, there's a way to do that, and by going up all the way to the crescendo where we think you're gonna drop and then coming back down, it's like you skipped a step. Whereas if you're building, you know what I mean? You know what I wanted you to do, Totally Porf? When we're done this stream, not now, but when we're done the stream, go and look up Mustard Pimp Gold. That's what I want you to do with your build. I want you to ever expand until we inevitably get to this more than epic drop. So I want you to do that carefully, and I want you to do that musically, because that's another comment that I have for you. The first build from here, from basically second 0 to there, from that part to that part, it's very steppy. It's very additive. You're adding one thing onto the other, onto the other, onto the other, and you're not necessarily playing with the elements at all. They're not interplaying. As you add one is not changing, it's staying the same, and it's very stair-step. It sounds like you could put a bit more thought into this intro. First of all, to make it a little bit shorter, because it's a bit of a long intro for what we're getting out of it. Second of all, because I think musically you could tell a richer story if your main synth, for instance, were to stop doing the same ba ba da da ba ba da 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 da. If one of your main synths were to go like, okay, I'm just checking the notes. Got a lot of songs in C today. melodically speaking, it's just something new that we haven't heard yet, and that still blends somewhat with what you're already doing, but it's an example, and the example stands because you need something that contrasts everything that we have been hearing in this build, because it's not anything that is fighting against itself. And I think it's that internal struggle that makes music really worth listening to, is when a song is almost struggling against itself, but in a poetic way, the push and the pull, that motion, that contrast, that dynamic, that juxtaposition, that is what really sets music apart one from the other. When you have a song that is storytelling within itself. And it's just, for me, when I don't hear it, I know that it's missing. When I do hear it, I know it's there. And I think that you have one storyteller. Well, you have one story element in this. You have this beat, this chord progression. When you're watching a movie, or when you're watching a television show, whatever it is, if you are watching a story about one person's quest the whole time, you would change movies, you would change shows very fast. It's not just about the person, it is the person's interaction with something or someone. And usually in most movies and television shows today, they take advantage of the fact that we are fascinated by ourselves, human beings I mean, and they put multiple people's stories into the same story. That's the only way we can really stay attentive to a lot of this stuff, is by being stimulated by multiple storylines at the same time, intricately woven one within the other in original ways that make us want more. That's what I'm asking for from this song. This song has one storyline. Okay, great. Where are the rest? There could be 3 storylines. There could be up to 3 storylines happening at the same time in this song. And it doesn't have to be a melody. It could be the rhythm telling a story. It could be the bass telling a story. It could be just the pads telling a story. But the point is, there should be multiple stories, not just the same story being told by everyone. This is more like a choir. I'm asking for a fucking musical. Yeah. That's what I'm going to go with. That's that note. Either way. These notes are definitely really helping here. If I'm honest, I was kind of lost on making this, didn't have much focus, so this really helps focus it in. That's what I'm here to do, my dude. Okay, so the synth, the saw synth. Here. Cool sound, by the way. That sawtooth arpeggio is a little bit loud. You're just going to want to bring that back in the mix at the onset. You could bring it up to this level once there are other elements in it. That's cool. That's fine. But at the onset, it should be a little bit farther back in the mix, because we're building up. So like, if you're going to keep things this level at this point, you're going to want it to take less of a spotlight right away. Once again, you have a story. You have this one here. This is a better example for multiple stories going on at the same time, by the way. Story 1. Story 2 enters. But now, story 2 has got to kind of not overshadow story 1, because otherwise we're going to be like, okay, who the fuck is this guy coming in the story thinking they're the lead character? You gotta bring them in gently, just like you do in television shows and in movies. They introduce a character through the plot, and then the character becomes the focus later. But that's the progression. You always want to be building, dude. You don't always want to be like, you always want it to be like expanding. So yeah. Carl the Goat, bruh. Thank you very much. Appreciate the follow. Okay, now. Let's talk a little bit about the drop. Carl the Goat, bro, you give some nice advice, not gonna lie. Thank you very much. That's what I try to do on the weekly. Okay, so we've arrived at the drop. The epic moment has arrived. And we arrive here, and it's overcompressed. Oh man, I can't tell you, I was like so looking forward to something to like smack me in the ears in the best way possible. And we arrive here and it's really crushed under this compressor that makes it as loud, if not less loud than the build here. Okay, I'm exaggerating. It's not as low, but like just to give you an idea, this section here is ringing in on my meter here. It's hovering around -3, and this section here is peaking and dancing around -5. There should be far greater contrast between these sections. This is also going towards the storytelling, which is like you wanna shape your song so that it actually progresses in a way that goes like this, outwards, always building in either volume, interest, or intensity. One of those three things have to be increasing over time, otherwise your song's falling flat. And I'm sorry, but it's so sad that we got here and I'm like, okay, the sound is good, the mix is good, the master is crushing it. Oh no! I wanted it to drop so hard. But yeah, something we need to address for sure. I have one other comment. I'm just going to address Carl here. Carl, unfortunately, the queue is closed for the day. We have been on for more than just an hour. We've been on for about 5 hours at this point, but my computer crashed halfway through because someone's song melted my video card. But if you've already followed us, so you'll see the notification bell next time we go on live, and I'd be happy to listen to your track next time. Not this time, my dude. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, this was one of the main issues I wanted to ask about. I wasn't able to get enough of a punch that I wanted and couldn't figure out why, so I wanted to ask someone. Most likely, it's that you mixed at a reasonable level for everything, and your drop just needs to be a lot louder, which means that you need to master accordingly. Your song does need two different kinds of mastering, or your mastering plugins need to shift in terms of threshold or ratios to like match the louder section. So basically, you need to bring your ratios and thresholds up because your louder section needs to be louder. So you need to give it more headroom to work with, but more compression. So like, that's the thing. There's another way you can do that and negotiate that by multi-band compressing the entire thing so that you can like set your frequencies at a decent level early. And then by the time they get there, they're coming into a multi-band compressor, which is taming some of those peaks. And by the time it hits the limiter, it's at least a little bit more evenly compressed so that you're not getting so much pumping. And the other thing to do is also check with your limiter to see if it's set at the right level both times, threshold and input gain. Sometimes you need to, again, raise the threshold for louder sections like this, raise the threshold at which it stops, but also turn up the input gain so that you end up with more compression and a louder section. That'll take some automation, but that's what needs to be done sometimes for our own tracks, especially for a track like this that is an ever build, as I like to call it. For ever builds, you basically need to have a modular mastering, or like a mastering that moves with the song. Otherwise, you're screwed. So like, you need to really set your levels properly and get them right the first time, and then basically lift and shift to the next section. And that'll allow you to do that. That, or you master for the last drop, and you basically just lower the volumes of the rest of the sections. I don't think you want to do that, though. I don't think you want that. I think that'll result in a more poor overall result. I think it'll feel a little less personal to you. So honestly, man, I think you're gonna want to maybe really give it like a little more love and attention than that, personally. The last note that I have here, your high mids are a little harsh, and that's a pretty easy fix, honestly. Just EQ some of the high mids out from the master, and I think it should be good. But I'm saying between 3 to 6K is really where it's predominant. 3 to 6K is really where it's standing out for me. But if you look in the higher harmonics as well, you might also find some problematic frequencies higher up in that really high range. But yeah, you're just working a little hot on the high mids, and that's throughout the song. But the part that it bothers me is the last drop, or the drop, I should say. The rest just sounds pristine, basically. Although it's still a little bit harsh on those high mids, I won't lie. Yeah, just those percussive notes are a little bit piercing. So yeah, just be careful with your high mids. This could be a speaker problem. This could be a headphone problem. This could not be your fault. This could be something that you need to get used to with regards to how you mix in your system. But eventually, it's going to become your problem. So, like, something just to be aware of. It seems that the mix is a little bit harsh in the high mids. But that's it, dude. That's all I got left. And I know I had a couple of notes, and some of them were, like, rather intense. But you've produced a quality product, and it deserves quality treatment. Let's put it that way. Figure it out. Thank you so much, dude. Definitely not my best, but you just get those tracks that don't click sometimes. Got all the fixes, notes down though. Gonna get to grinding them out tomorrow. And dude, honestly, feel no shame if you take this riff or this chord progression, or you take the melody, or you take something from the song and you use it on another song, or like rather you transform, you take out part of this song and you like make it more streamlined and you use it somewhere else. Don't feel ashamed to do things like that. I do that all the time with my songwriting, where like I write a riff for a song and I'm like, not this song. This song doesn't fit with this riff. Because it does feel like clunky in that way, where like there should be one build, one drop, and there are 2 builds and 1 drop. So we need to address that. And you will. You're telling me you will. So like there it is. That said, either way, I appreciate you sticking it out until the very last submitter. Thank you for allowing us to listen to the song online and provide feedback on it. Hopefully, and most likely, you are open to that feedback as it appears. So yeah. I need to use this melody stuff. Whole idea of my reborn albums are to take my old songs and basically recreate them with my updated skills. That's a good tool. That's a good tool to do in general. That's a good thing. That's a good exercise to challenge yourself with. Like, okay, what did I write back then? Okay, there's some stuff that's workable in there. I think I could get something out of that. Let's see if we can get something out of that. And then you try and work the shit out of your tracks until you can make something basically new, but that stemmed from an original inspiration of yours. That's a wonderful exercise. I think that's great. I think you should keep doing that. Either way, totally porf. Thanks for being our latest subscriber, our highest tier subscriber as it is right now. Thank you for being a supporter of the stream and being also a great listener, I guess both, whatever. But thanks for trusting us with your track. Take care of yourself. The queue is now empty. Which means we did our job. We did what we needed to do. We did what we set out to do today, which is to have a successful feedback stream where people walked away with more knowledge about their own music than they had coming into it. So I'm satisfied. Hope you guys are. Most likely we will be back next Tuesday, as it is the logical suite to this feedback stream. Every week I tend to do it on the Tuesdays, so be ready, I suppose. Thank you guys for tuning in with us this entire time. Thanks for the lurkers. I saw you, Evil Nuts. I saw you too, lurking in there. Don't get me wrong. Don't think I didn't see that shit. Thank you to all my lurkers, and thank you to all whom decide to share their music. It is not easy to trust someone else with your art and to think that they actually know what the fuck they're talking about. I do. I just so happen to. But thanks for your trust nonetheless. Take care of yourselves. We will see you all next Tuesday. But until then, oh man, it's the end of the stream. But until then, toodaloo, motherfuckers. Take care, guys.
A hippie to the hip, hip hoppy, you don't stop. A rocker to the bang, bang boogie. So up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie that beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. Steady walks wearily down the street with the brim pulled way down low. Ain't no sound but the sound of his feet. Machine guns ready to go. Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip to the sound of the beat, yeah. You won't get much closer till you sacrifice it all. You won't get to taste it with your face against the wall. Get up and commit, show the power trapped within. Do just what you want to, now stand up and begin. How do you think I'm gonna get along without you when you go? Took me for everything that I had and you kicked me out of my home. Are you satisfied? How long can you stand the heat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip to the sound of the beat. Look out! Hey, hey, hey! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in your eyes, and this chaos it defies imagination. Hey, 5, 6, 7 minus 9 lives. We've arrived at panic station. Let me see you go home, tell, motel. What you gonna do today? Said I'm gonna get a fly girl, gonna get some spank and drive off in a Death Row J. Everybody go home, tell, motel, holiday in. Said if your girl start acting up, then you take her friend.
You know, I never understood all these elaborate tortures. It's the simplest thing to cause more pain than a man can possibly endure. It's not only the immediate agony, but the knowledge that if you do not yield soon enough, there will be little left to identify you as a man.